And then we have, go ahead. On order. After your speech, yeah.
Please be seated. Be seated. Rabbi Arthur Schneier, beloved friend, Your Excellencies, ambassadors and representatives of the world's nations, distinguished leaders of the Jewish community and other faith communities, beloved children, Shalom. It is indeed a real joy for us to be afforded the opportunity to visit this blessed Park East Synagogue in the heart of this extraordinary city. We are familiar with your spiritual leaders. We are acquainted with your religious and social programs, and we admire your diverse educational initiatives for the formation of your faithful. More particularly, however, we are aware of the extraordinary work for religious freedom by Rabbi Schneier through the Appeal of Conscience Foundation, for which our dear friend has deservedly received the Patriarch Athenagoras Human Rights Award of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese in America from the hands of our beloved Exarch, Archbishop Demetrios. Yet our visit here is more than simply a formality. It transcends a mere courteous visit of a Christian leader to a Jewish leader. Even as the successor of St. Peter, our brother, His Holiness Pope Benedict XVI, visited here last year, we also come, the successor of Peter's earthly brother, the first called Apostle St. Andrew, inspired by our fervent conviction that the most urgent task that lies before all faith communities is our global cooperation for the promotion of greater tolerance and understanding among the peoples, races, and religions of our planet. This is why accompanying us today is His Eminence Metropolitan Emmanuel of France, who facilitates and chairs the international academic consultations between Orthodox Christianity and Judaism, initiated by the Ecumenical Patriarchate since the mid-1970s. We are pleased that the 7th academic consultation between Judaism and Orthodoxy will convene 2 weeks hence in Athens, Greece. The title of the consultation, The World in Crisis, Ethical Challenges and Religious Perspectives, is indeed timely, given the ecological, social, financial and political upheavals in our world today. We personally had attended a previous academic conference in Thessaloniki between Christian Orthodox and Jews. And we visited then the monument of the Holocaust in the city. There is no doubt in our mind that interfaith dialogue is a responsibility and obligation for all religious leaders of our time.
To share this virtual stage with you. I also want to acknowledge the men who founded the Appeal of Conscience Foundation, Rabbi Arthur Schneier. What the rabbi has built is much more than a foundation. It is model for how human beings should treat one another. It is a living testament to the power of love. And it is a power force for good in our world. That's why when the rabbi personally informed me that the Appeal of Conscience Foundation wanted to honor me with this year's Appeal of Conscience Award, I was deeply touched, greatly humbled, and I remember a little bit speechless. Once I got past the initial shock and I reflected, 3 things came to mind that made this honor extremely special and personal to me. The first was the amazing parallel between the rabbi's life and the lives of my parents, Moise and Sarah Burla. Like Rabbi Schneier, my parents were Holocaust survivors. But even more important, like the rabbi, my parents chose to turn their experience into something positive. Many Holocaust survivors never spoke to their children of the horrors they endured because recounting those horrors was too painful. But my parents talked to me and my sister about it all the time. And when they did, they never spoke of anger or revenge. They didn't teach us to hate those who did this to us, to our family and our friends. Instead, they spoke about how lucky they were to be alive, reminded us to celebrate life, and taught us to carry that joy forward by treating others with love and respect. Their experience, their words, and the way they lived their lives had a great impact on me. They helped shape my worldview. And they are why the Appeal of Conscience Foundation's mantra of building
arrived in a wheelchair to take his place at the seat of honor at the Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions, alongside the President of Kazakhstan. Among the first to greet the Pope was the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, considered the highest authority for Sunni Islamic thought and a longtime ally of Pope Francis in combating religious extremism. The President of Kazakhstan opened the meeting with a speech on the state of religion around the world today. He spoke of the importance of putting spiritual content online and avoiding polarization. Pope Francis was the first of the religious leaders to speak, and he began by criticizing religious fanaticism, and before representatives of the Russian Patriarch of Moscow said that God is a God of peace, not of war.
Non giustifichiamo mai la violenza. Non permettiamo che il sacro venga strumentalizzato da ciò che è profano. Il sacro non sia puntello del potere e il potere non si puntelli di sacralità.
The Pope's presence at the conference was received with much respect, although there were some interesting reactions. Some of the participants took out their cameras to take pictures of him. Others showed him signs of great respect. The Russian Orthodox Church's foreign minister, Antonia Volokolamsk, stood before